So a few things that I discovered when I did on my first trip. I knew there would be things that I would figure out that I needed to change up and fix, but pretty minor for the most part. But we're going to go over a few items that I had to add to my camping gear just to get be a little more comfortable. Like I said, that first trip was just a test to see what I needed as a solo person out camping in this thing. So I'm going to go over those items now. So as far as the kitchen setup, I figured a few things I did need. I did have a small spatula in my little kit here, but I decided, you know, for $1, I got this spatula here at the dollar store, and I just needed a good spatula, and it doesn't take that much room, so I just wanted a full-size one, so I went and got that. I need a little scrub brush to scrub out my dishes a little bit. I don't really like using the actual scrub pads because they can get mold built up in them, but this thing here works real good to clean stuff out, so I bought one of those. A dish towel is something that I didn't have with me, so I decided just to carry one of those with me, and then also a little thing to pick up my hot pans with. As always comes in convenient. So that's two things. This kitchen wise, that's what I did. One other thing I'm going to add to this, I'll show you a picture here. I did get a coffee little pot that'll go on my induction burner and also my gas burner. Have hot water and also to do coffee, and that's about it as far as my kitchen stuff. Everything worked out pretty good, so we're going to go on in and show you a few things inside that I'm going to switch up as well. So on the inside, I decided I needed someplace to hang my clothes. When I were go to sleep at night, I was just having to lay them on the floor, and they were damp, and I actually was hanging them off the curtain rod and stuff, so that didn't work too well. So I've got these command hooks that I'm going to install actually on the door, because you're kind of limited on wall space in here. So I could put them by the door there, but since when I'm in here I've got my clothes hanging up, it's not a big deal to have them hanging on the door, so I'm going to utilize the door here for those, and I'll show you a picture here after I get those done. And then another thing that I needed was something to move air around. I had the windows open and I used my fan in the back here, but it pulled a light breeze. But I think I'm going to need just a little fan, and this is a USB powered fan. It's only one speed. Plug it into USB. I can run it off my 12 volt or actually run it off whatever I run it on, because it runs off my USB hookups that I have. So decided I need a little fan. You'll see I decided to go ahead and put one on the door and one on the wall. I have enough room here to hang stuff, and this is a little less pores. I was kind of worried because of the finish on this, how well this would hold. So probably what I'll end up doing is, if I wanted to hang my pants up, I'd use this little heavier duty here, and then like my shirt or something lightweight, I'll hang here on this one. And I think that's going to work out. I just was kind of worried. I don't know if you can see the surface, but it has kind of ripples on that door, so I'm not sure how well those command hooks work. So that's why I want to do it on both of them. Okay, another thing I noticed that didn't work out as well as I'd hoped was I have the 8x8 Easy up here, and I had this stuffed in behind here, but the distance between these, I had to do a lot of shuffling around to get that out of here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll be using this probably almost every time I go out, unless it's only a one day. So I'm just going to leave it out here in the front and leave it just sitting where it's ready to go. It's really not in my way too much, and it just keeps me from having to get up under here and shift everything around. You can see it kind of moved around a little bit when I drove last time. That table moved around, but it just keeps me from having to worry about that. So this is going to be the way I'll carry it from now on. The other thing I'm doing up front here, which I haven't done yet, but I'm gonna work on this, is I've got to get this bungee cord put in, and I got to put another anchor on this side over here to hold everything from falling out. So that's pretty much all I found on this first trip. I found a few things I needed to tweak on that, and got those tweaked out now, and we're ready for our second trip. These two trips are only going to be about 2 weeks apart, so we're going on another trip next week, and we're going to go for another 2 days. So we're going to give it a shot then and see how things go, because went pretty good the first time. We did not get to play with our little awning here, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do that this time. But that's about all I have for this video, and we'll talk to you later.